what's up? I'm back with another book review. I'm really excited to get into this book review, even though for me it's gonna be pretty short, pretty concise. There's not much that I can really tell you about it, but I did at least want to drop down on your screen with another book review and let y'all know what I was up to, hit y'all with another recommendation, and I have it with me right here for y'all. Let's go ahead and get into it. So initially I really wasn't too eager to get into this book. I just kind of let my political feelings, the feelings that I feel about Obama politically, kind of get in the way of me really jumping to this book like I would have. But my mom recommended it to me, and you know, I have nothing against Michelle, so I was like, let me read this book, like let me get into it, right? And I'm really glad that I did. That's like, this happens so many times with so many books that are recommended to me. I'm like, I don't know, maybe later, and then I read it and I'm like, okay, so who's around to listen to why you need to listen to this book, why you need to read this book? So this is one of those instances.
Behind the scenes, if you're interested in any of the Obamas and what it's like being a black family, the first black family in the White House, even if you are like slightly interested, it's a good enough reason to pick up this book, and she's going to give you all the info that you need. All those questions that you have, all that tea that you want, is going to come to you in this book in a very classy way, okay?
Now, what I liked about the story is really, I had my reservations. You know, not all skin folk is your kinfolk. And so I had a little bit of reservations about just what these people were like, what their upbringing was like. And I'm blackity black, y'all. I'm super proud to be black, loud and proud of my blackness. And that's something that I was interested in, especially after watching Barack maneuver through his presidency. I'm interested in learning their connections to the black experience, and if that's something that they even feel connected to, right? And I felt like I could relate to her more as a black woman after reading this story. Another thing that I liked was really just learning, like, man, they put in work. Like, they were really ambitious. Both Michelle and Barack were really ambitious students. They had their feet, their hands and feet in so many different avenues, all while being extremely young, all while dating and having this long distance relationship. And so having the insight of how they were able to handle the load that came with being such academically involved people, as well as like involved in the community and everything, while being in a relationship, was really like insightful. I needed that. I needed to know how it was possible, how they made it possible. Regular people that relate, that I feel like I relate to, how do they make it possible? And it was really inspiring, and they are just proved very early on to be very hardworking people and people that are genuinely interested in developing and bettering their community. It's literally what they've been doing for years, way before he even reached political office in Illinois. So receipts, you know what I'm saying? Receipts for all of that. I went into this like, the Obamas, and I came out of it like, wow, like I don't know everything. You know, I still have, you know, my skepticisms about politics and politicians and what it all requires to rule this world. But I came to appreciate them, right? Like, I came to appreciate them. That's what I like. I also liked the small, like, really cool things that I learned about just a security team. Like, the security team for the president is on some A1, like, oh my gosh, top flight security stuff. I'm talking like they have the vehicles that he's traveling in are like made with like chemical warfare in mind, so it can like ventilate the air or whatever, so that if someone puts something in the air that can like kill folks, right, like it's not touching Obama in that truck. They have like sensors that can determine ballistics coming in from like the air. So just crazy. They have his blood on you know, on standby. If he needs a blood transfusion in the middle of the street, his blood is with him. Just the things that Michelle and those kids had to go through, that Michelle's mother had to go through, all the security involved and the effort that it takes. Like, if Obama is visiting a city on Thursday, you best believe that the Secret Service is there on Monday going through the entire route that he will take, just scouring and becoming familiar with the area in preparation for his arrival. And I just was amazed at the effort that takes, the work, the manpower, everything. I really like that. And I really like to know that it was not easy. You know, it was not easy for them as a couple to be together and still go on their own paths and do what they feel called to do, but they both respected that about each other. And I really, really like that. And they worked through it regardless. And I mean, it was long distance for a long time. And Barack's time away from home increased as his responsibilities increased as well. I didn't have too many dislikes about this story, about this book, only just the extreme specifics that she went into when like speaking about the people that she grew up with, their whole names and the names of their mama and daddy and cat and dog and what street they grew up on. Like, I'm like a get to the point type person, so I didn't really care about all of those things. I just felt like she's a smart woman. She knows what she's doing. She's being specific for a reason. It don't have to be anything that I understand. Those that are meant to know, right? So just like being really specific about certain things, I was like, oh girl, I do not care. But it all came together. And I really, really liked how just by learning about their story, it just seems like so many things came together. So many things are just written in the way that they were supposed to be in order for him to be who he is and for her to be who she is and for them to do this thing when they come together. And that's something that I'm always in awe of when I see God working that way in people's lives. And so it was just really, really beautiful. It made me proud. It made me proud of them regardless. What made me really happy was, above all, they have always been involved and cared about bettering the Black community. They've been fully aware of the Black struggle in America. That's nothing that either of them were oblivious to growing up. They definitely weren't oblivious to it as young adults, and they were aware of it and put a lot of time and effort into addressing those concerns to their people. So we might have some difficult feelings, or we might have some different feelings and opinions on certain things, but I know, at least after reading this book, I feel like these people that care, you know? So yeah, if you're slightly interested in this book, I recommend picking it up. It's really good, really insightful, and probably speak to parts of yourself that you don't even know need to be spoken to. It gave me a lot of insight that I needed. Just on many different aspects of my life, and definitely being a young adult in a relationship, a young adult with dreams and goals and a past child. I liked it. I'm very thankful that I read it. So go pick up Becoming, written by Michelle Obama. And thank you for watching this book review, and I hope that you tune in next time for my next book review that is coming really soon. I am almost done with this book, and I'm excited to talk to y'all about it because it is so great. So I don't understand why I'm taking such a long time to get through it, but I'm getting through it, and I'm gonna be back, y'all. So thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you later.